Hi there and welcome back to my channel. This is Sean, the Honest Book Reviewer. In this video I want to talk about covers, my favourite covers so far for 2023. These books, I'm just judging the covers themselves, the covers that engaged me and gripped me. Not so much what the books were about, but just that artwork on the cover. Let's dive into the list now. Flight 171 by Amy Christine Parker. The cover is telling me it's dangerous, dark, gripping, telling me there's some horror elements in there as well, just from the cover, that it's going to be something deadly going on in this story. It's a really powerful cover. Looking at this cover, I get all those emotions, and I feel like there's going to be horror elements, there's going to be elements that characters are fearful for their lives. There's going to be, scary moments in this story. You look at this cover and you just think horror, fear, tension, suspense, all those things. The Islands by Emily Brugman. The cover is very special. That blue colour that looks like water, and then all the different objects on the cover. You got feathers, you got balls of wool, seaweed, all different things on the cover. When you look at the cover, when I look at it anyway, you feel like you're underwater and on top of the surface at the same time. So you're looking through the water, but also looking from above. That's a sense I get. And when you read this book, those objects will make sense to you when you read the story. But the colours on the cover, the way they're arranged on the cover, really drew me in. And I enjoyed the book a lot, but the cover I think is really well done. It's a standout cover, and I think whoever created that cover should be awarded some sort of prize because it feels very calming, but also very well put together and very good use of colour. My Year of Rest and Relaxation by Tessa Moshfegh. This cover is quite strange. You've got the image of a woman, and the woman looks like she comes from a painting in the Renaissance or something. So it looks like a woman that feels very morose as well, very despondent. She's sitting with hunched shoulders and looking off-center, so if it was a photograph off camera, she feels like she's got the weight of the world on her shoulders, and she feels just like things are too much for her. You get that sense when you look at this cover. And that's what the book's about, basically. So the cover matches the book, but the cover is intriguing. Even though it's a bit strange, it's very intriguing and very engaging. And I think when you look at the cover, it makes you wonder what the story's about. So I think the cover does its job very well. Carly Nugent, Sugar. This cover is very interesting. The swirls of colour on the cover make me think of cotton candy or fairy floss, depending where you live. That's what I feel like when I look at this cover. And that matches the name of the book as well, Sugar. And that simple sketch of the main character, the girl, on the cover. It's very simple, but it feels very powerful. And I think it's powerful because it's understated. It's not a detailed image of a person. They're not going for a caricature. They're not going for that look of some young adult books where it almost feels cartoonish when they have people on the cover. It's not going for that. It feels like a hand-drawn, simple sketch that someone's done very quickly, but it feels very powerful in its simplicity. And then when you combine that with the swirls of colour that look like cotton candy or fairy floss, I think that comparison is also very powerful as well. So on the cover, it draws you into this book. I think it's a very well done cover. Good use of colour, good use of concept as well. And I think whoever did this cover should be awarded some sort of prize because it's a great cover in my opinion. The Seven Skins of Esther Wilding, written by Holly Ringland. The cover is just magical. The artist of this cover deserves a prize. The detail of the things on the border around the book on the cover are so well done. They're so intricate. The colours, the different objects. When you look at it, you can just see everything and you feel like you can touch the things on the cover. That's what it feels like. It's just a magical cover. It must have taken a long time to do, but it's so well done, so well planned as well, because all those things on the cover make sense to the story. And when you read the story, you'll recognise that. But I just love the cover. It's my favourite cover so far this year. Tap and Die by Lancelot Schubert. This cover is very engaging. That figure clothed in black, in the center of the cover, looks dangerous, mysterious. You wonder who it is. Are they evil? Are they good? What's their purpose? It draws you into this cover straight away. And then in the background, the upside down tower. It looks like a spire, maybe. Sometimes looks like a building. Could look like something in a cave as well. But when you look closely at it, you're drawn to it because you want to look at it very closely, so you're drawn further into the cover and you notice what it really is. Upside down tower. That drags you into the cover and the story as well. It makes you want to know what it is. Who's this figure? But what's this upside down tower about as well? What's this cover trying to tell you? And the font of the title as well looks like a brand. It's very bold, very brash, very powerful font on the cover. I think this cover is so well put together. It drags you in to the story. And to be honest, it was the cover that made me want to read this story so much, because I just saw the cover and thought that's so well put together. There's so many questions to be answered from this cover. And there you have some covers so far this year that really engaged me, and I think they're the best covers of books I've read so far this year. Every 3 months, I hope to do a new video about covers, about my favourites so far for the year. And as I get to the end of the year, I hope to do another video that's my favourite covers for the whole year. So every 3 months will be different covers, almost like semi-finals in a way, if you want to think about it. And then I'll have a video at the end that's like the grand final of covers, and I'll announce my favourite cover of every book I've read this year. On my channel, I review books from many different genres. Check out my channel and subscribe. On the screen now, you'll see a link to another video for a book I'm sure you'll enjoy.